Hello everyone. Today we have with us Reena Parikh. She has been working in Siemens since last 9 years in one of the verticals of this huge organization, which is substation equipment manufacturing. She has worked as a senior design engineer for the initial 6 years and is now a part of the business development and marketing. It's an honor to have you here, ma'am. Thank you for giving us your time.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting.
Yeah. So, ma'am, we would like to start by knowing more about your educational journey.
Mhm. Okay, so basically, I belong to Rajasthan. So my pre-primary education was done there until let's say fourth standard, and then in 1996 we moved here to Maharashtra in Aurangabad, where I have completed my school as well as my higher secondary, and then my graduation. So I have done my engineering in electrical, electronics, and power from a government college of engineering in Aurangabad itself. So that is about my education.
Okay. So, ma'am, what was the inspiration for you to become an engineer?
Yeah, actually, when I was in school, I used to hear a lot about Kalpana Chawla and what she has done for our country and where she has taken the country's name to the global level. So I used to read about her a lot, and she was an aeronautical engineer. So initially, I dreamt of being an aeronautical engineer, but I could not find many, let's say, near colleges where I can. Take admissions for myself. So then I also watched this Discovery and National Geographic channels, which had this Marvel engineering marvels and extreme engineering such shows, which really excited me a lot because they showed such huge structures which were really man-made. So it inspired me a lot to become an engineer. And the field which I could relate is electrical because physics was my favorite subject when I was doing the higher secondary education. So that's why I choose to take electrical engineering as my domain.
Okay, ma'am. So, ma'am, could you tell us in brief about your current work at Siemens?
Yeah, so as Mitali has briefed, I was earlier a design engineer for the products that we make here in Siemens. And now I am part of business development and marketing, which deals directly with the customer. So I am responsible for the eastern region of India. I take care for the complete eastern part of the country for developing the market for my company, for bringing in new customers and also interacting with the existing customers to understand their requirements, and then putting up a very supportive offers to them that could help them meet their projects. So this is what I do right now.
Okay, ma'am. So, ma'am, how are you coping up with work from home currently?
Yeah, so now it has been actually 4 months for me working from home because I started it in the mid of March somewhere. Our company was really proactive to allow us to work from home right in the March itself. And initially, for let's say for few months, like first 2 months, it was difficult for me because for years we have been working in the office, and then suddenly we are made to sit at home and do the same work with the same kind of the domestic work also going on around us. So it was really difficult for me to adjust, and also I have a year-old kid. So coping with the kid, with the domestic work, and then with the office work was a bit difficult to manage because I could not schedule it very properly. I used to work late night for the few months, but later on we developed a schedule, all of us inside the house, and we have a proper distribution of our responsibilities. So now everything is well scheduled, well planned. So now I work until let's say max 7 p.m. in the evening, and now it is let's say a new normal because for all of us in the organization, we have been told that this will go really far, so don't expect to come to office very soon. So we are now taking it as a normal and have developed a very good schedule. So now it's simpler for me to work from home.
Uh, so, ma'am, we can say that your husband is really supporting you in this process of working from home.
Yes, yes.
We
He
believe
manages
that,
the child basically, so that is most of the work done.
Yes.
yeah, sharing responsibilities is really very important when it comes to mothers who work. Yes.
True, true, very true. Yes.
So, ma'am, how many female colleagues do you have in your office?
So actually, the place where I work in Siemens is not a corporate place. It's a factory environment. It's a factory premise. So out of, let's say, a total of 500 employees that we are here, approximately 30 are females. So not a very good ratio, but if I compare it to the years when I joined it, let's say 9 years back, I had only three or four females in the same premise. So I could like rarely see them in the premises when I roamed around. But now when I see a lot of females working around me, coming as an intern also. Earlier there were no interns as well coming to the factory. They all used to go to Mumbai or Pune to seek some software internships. But now I'm seeing a lot of them coming for the internships, a lot of them joining the company inside the factory, working on the workshops. So it is very good view now.
Okay. So, ma'am, why do you think is the most possible reason for this difference between number of male colleagues and female colleagues in your office?
Yeah, this basically involved around the domain itself, the engineering domain, which is supposed to be a male dominated domain since many years. But the same thing you won't see in a software engineering, because if you see any companies like Tata's or Cognizant, or they have a lot of female colleagues working in the corporate offices. But because, as I said, I belong to a core engineering, which is an electrical engineering, so you see a less number of females working here. But at the same time, when you go to a corporate office of a core company, for example, if you go to a corporate office of Siemens, which is in Gurgaon or in Mumbai or in Bangalore, anywhere, you will see an equal number of females working over there. But because we belong to a manufacturing unit, we have less number of females. And this goes somewhere down to the mindsets of us, not of anybody else, because we as a female don't really pursue something which is very male dominated at the first hand. We try to do something which we feel as a comfort zone for ourselves. So that is the main reason. But I'm seeing a lot of change in the young girls like you, who are now taking different fields and pursuing different careers in their life. So it is a change that is happening now. So not as same as I used to when I joined, or when I used to do my engineering. The scenario is not the same now. It has changed.
Okay.
Okay,
So,
ma'am.
ma'am, do you believe that somewhere flexibility of working hours is responsible for this difference between number, or you don't think so?
Yeah, of course. As a female, you need a lot of flexibility in terms of working hours, as well as in terms of responsibilities sometimes. So maybe you join the office at 10 a.m., let's say, instead of 8 a.m., and then you leave at 7 p.m. instead of 5 p.m. Also, in terms of responsibilities, for example, as a female, you cannot visit every customer site or a site which is very remote, let's say. But when I was newly joined in my organization, I was fortunate enough that my seniors did not treat me as a female. They treated me as a colleague. So they gave me all those opportunities which my fellow colleagues received. I also went to a remote site which was like 40, 50 kilometers away from a main city. and where there was no one except one colleague of mine working on that site, but it was a good experience. So it depends on the opportunities that we want to grasp and we want to take. Also, it depends on our willingness, that how do we want to take those opportunities. It is possible that your colleague might give you an opportunity, but it is quite high possible that you may deny it, saying that no, that is not a place for me to go. So thank you for the opportunity, but I don't want to take it. So it is totally on us.
So, ma'am, we can say that it is like both ways. So, colleagues should also treat us as equal, and we should also grab the
Yeah,
opportunities they give us.
exactly. Yes.
Uh, and, ma'am, you as you said earlier that number of females are increasing slowly.
Hmm.
So,
Hmm.
but is there still a significant difference among male and females, or we are there is a very much little gap there now?
No, no. As I said, in the manufacturing field, you will still find a significant gap because it is a manufacturing unit. Most of the work is done at the shop, and very less work is involved in the office. So, of course, the number of male colleagues required are ultimately more over there. So, as I said, the ratio here is 500. Out of 500, only 30 female colleagues are working in my manufacturing unit. So that ratio is improving, but yes, it will again take few more years, let's say 5-6 years more, to come to a good ratio.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
So, ma'am, personally, what challenges, if any, did you face while working in the male-dominated field?
Yeah, so the main challenge was my mindset itself, first of all, because when I thought of going to a manufacturing unit, as I said, I again have those same thoughts whether people will accept me or not. And in the unit that I was working, I was only female. We have 5 different units in the same campus, and out of 5 of us, we were all in a different plant. So I was the only female in that particular plant which I was working, and I was supposed to go to the shop floor. I was supposed to interact with people. I was supposed to be part of meetings, conferences. So every time I went to those public meetings, I used to have a thought in my mind whether I'll be considered or not, whether my point of view will be taken or not, whether people will accept me or not. So all those were my mindset or my thought processes that went through. But as I went on, thankfully I'm working in a MNC where I have a really good colleagues around me who never made me feel what I had in my mind. So they all accepted me very well, and I also grasped that thing that yes, they are accepting me. So I try to be more open, try to interact with them as open as possible, and this is how I build the relations with them. And now there's there's no thought of me being a female inside a male campus.
Yes. Maybe from taking forward to what you said, we
Yeah,
women ourselves should feel empowered first so
yeah,
that we can start working in, all the fields.
true.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. So, could you give some tips or some advice for women who want to work in male-dominated field?
Yeah, so my tip, the first and foremost tip would be that don't underestimate yourselves. Don't bring this female and male thing in your mind. Go and join as an employee, as an empowered woman, okay, and put forth your ideas, put forth your point of view. Maybe it will not be considered at the first instant, or maybe for a few meetings, but at least internally you will develop a confidence that you have spoken up in front of 10 people and all are male. So as soon as, or as the time will progress, you will develop that internal confidence will know which nobody will teach you to develop. So start speaking. First of all is that put that mindset outside your mind, and then start speaking in public, in front of people who are around you. Forget that they are seniors or of very high age or whatever. That will bring a very high confidence in you, and then once you develop the confidence, you will yourself start taking that subject very seriously, that yes, people are acknowledging me. So now it's time for me to put forward something else, put forward my ideas, put forward my talent in front of people. And slowly, everybody will understand that yes, you've got something, and then nobody can stop you to grab any opportunity that you want to grab it. So it depends on us totally. And also, yes, it's not always a very easy path. You may find some people, some colleague in your organization who has got that mindset which you are trying to put outside. So there will be some male colleague who will think that okay, she's a female, maybe she'll not be able to do this, maybe she'll not be able to do that. You may also get a boss like that, and which will hamper your career, your growth. But you have to make it very clear to him, being demanding. So be demanding. If you feel that you are getting constrained to a particular work area, and if you feel that you're not growing after a certain period of time, whenever you have an interaction or a dialogue with your boss, you should demand what you feel to learn, or what you want to work on. So I was also like that. Initial 2-3 years, I took some time to understand people, how they are thinking about a female colleague. And then when I understood that there are few who think differently about us, so why not demand what I want. So then I uh, put myself into that work, which was supposed to be a very male dominated work, and I did pretty good in that. So feel proud about that.
Yes. So, ma'am, lastly, we would like to ask you names of 3 people who you personally know that have inspired you or supported you a lot.
Yeah, so from personally, I know I won't say, but as I said initially, the foremost person that came to my mind that inspired me to do something in my life was Kalpana Chawla. Otherwise, I was a very normal, average kind of a student in school. But when I used to read about her, I thought that yes, she has reached such a big position in the world. Then why can't anybody else? And she was from a small place in Haryana. Haryana is not supposed to be a very developed state, whereas we are here in Maharashtra, which is a very developed state as compared to the other states. So we have a lot of opportunities here. So that was the first thing that came to my mind. And the second thing is my mother. My mother is a housewife. She is not a working woman. But when I see her, that she does her work relentlessly with the whole determination, without thinking of any monetary benefits. So she is not getting any monetary benefit out of it. Whereas if I work for a company for let's say 8 hours or 10 hours, I'll be getting a good salary out of it. So why not give the same determination to that work which pays you? So that was my inspiration from my mother. And thirdly, again, not very personally, but when I see younger girls around me who are younger than me, let's say example, you both. So I see younger girls not only excelling or not only concentrating on their academics, but also doing something else, which means a lot to the society, a lot for themselves. I also have few colleagues in my organization who are younger than me and are doing their job very well, also involved in a lot of social activities, so doing good for the society. So I feel really inspired by them, that I see females having a very good mindset, a growth mindset, a growing mindset, which is good for our country. So that way it makes me feel good.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your time. And ma'am, I would really like to say that you are a great example of how a confident woman can conquer whatever she wants. And
Yeah.
having supporting male around yourself really helps. So I'd
Yes.
really like to give out that message. And thank you so much for your time, ma'am. Your story was really inspiring. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you for choosing me for the interview.
Ma'am,
Thank you.
actually, we were behind a lot of our friends, and we were researching ourselves a lot to find
Mhm.
women who work in male dominated fields. But while we were doing the research, we found that there are actually very, very few females that work in such fields. So it was itself very difficult. And after talking to you, I felt that we talked so much, and still there's so much of positivity being working in such a male dominated field, and you're still positive. So I really hope that this inspires a lot of girls. We belong to a field that is really very different from yours, but yes, it inspired us a lot, so I think it will inspire women from your field as well a lot.
I hope so. I hope so.
Yes, ma'am, and most of the times we have heard about these stories on the negative side of a male-dominated sector, but your
Mhm.
story was on a very positive track. So I guess it is a very inspiring one.
It all depends on us, as I said. If you want to take it to the negative side, you can take it. But if you want a very flourishing career for yourself, you have to step out and put all those negative things aside and go and grab what you're seeing in front of you. Maybe somebody of your colleague is getting that opportunity, but if you feel that you're right, and if you feel that you've got the right skills and the right talent, you can ask for it. Nobody will stop you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, it
Thank you, and
was
all to both
wonderful
of
to
you.
talk to you. Yes,
Thank you,
thank you.
ma'am.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.